Hi, I am Jan Erka, the creator of Urantiapedia. In this short video, I'm going to introduce you to what Urantiapedia is about. The topics we are going to tap are: what is the Urantiapedia? What goals it has? What is the working plan? What is the status of the project? What we need to carry it out? And of course, see it in a demo that I think is the only way to understand well why it is a project with huge possibilities. Let's go with it! Urantiapedia is intended to be like a Wikipedia, but for all existing content related to the Urantia book. I'm sure you have used Wikipedia or pages like Google Maps many times to find information about a topic or a place. These pages are very helpful. Pages of Urantia associations around the world do a similar service. There you have study aids and articles created by readers to make it easy understanding the Urantia book. However, all this huge documentation is scattered on different websites, often only in English, and with a content that is not linked together. In addition, that content do not change very much, because to publish it you need authorization from an association or from the owner of the website. This is what Urantiapedia aims to change. In the same way as Wikipedia works, in Urantiapedia any reader can sync up and contribute content as long as he or she passes some validation steps. And of course, all users of the page, whether registered or not, can browse any content and use the links to go from one page to another. Urantiapedia website is this: urantiapedia.org, and it is now online. Our mission is to help in the dissemination of the Urantia revelations and to facilitate understanding of its teachings. For this, we have set these goals. Create a collective and collaborative project, not the individual work of a single person of a few. Become the reference website for queries about the Urantia book, just as Wikipedia is the reference website for encyclopedic queries. Offer content that can grow unlimitedly over time and never stop improving. Offer multi-language capabilities out of the box, so all that content can be in any of the supported languages. And finally, support online access from any device. We have designed 6 big milestones. In the first milestone, the Urantia book, the Bible, and a topic index will be added, all linked together. This milestone should be completed in the second quarter of 2022. In a second milestone, we will add books other than the Bible that are related to the Urantia book, reader articles, and several indexes to make it easier accessing all the content. This milestone is expected to end after a year. In the third milestone, we will add translation capabilities directly from the website to make the creation of the content easier when translating from existing content. The expected duration for this development is half a year. In a fourth milestone, we will add interactive maps. This type of maps will not be simple static maps, but animated and interactive ones. This milestone is expected to end in the second quarter of 2024. In the fifth milestone, we will add the ability to import or create PowerPoint styled presentations. directly from the website. This milestone will happen on the next year in the planning. And finally, there will be a sixth milestone to be undertaken, adding the capability to create 3D scenes by importing three-dimensional models from the website itself in a very simple way. These models will be very useful for visually presenting places described in Urantia book, such as paradise or the architectural spheres. This milestone will mean a new year of development. Throughout the plan, as new capabilities become available on the website, to embed new content, we will open it for direct use by all site editors. At the start, some initial content will be bulk uploaded to be used as sample or guiding content, but after that, site editors will be able to improve or increase the content manually using the website itself. Urantiapedia is currently moving towards the first milestone for the English and Spanish languages. These two languages have been chosen as the first two in which new content will be added. Once each milestone is completed, with those two languages, we will continue with the rest of the planet languages, which will be all the languages with a translation for the Urantia book. To manage the collaboration in the project, we are using the Bluefields platform. To carry out the project, we have estimated that we will need a team like this. A group of chef editors, one per language, with an extensive knowledge of the Urantia book and bilingual in English and their own language. Since there are currently 24 different translations of the book, we will need at least 24 chief editors. These editors also should have a good expertise on collaborative tools like GitHub. Then assistant editors, one or two for each language, with good knowledge of the Urantia book, who can help improving the content and ensuring correct use of the web. Then we need also developers. A team of at least 3 developers will be needed, with extensive knowledge in web programming, using the technologies of the project. Finally, it's expected that we need a systems engineer, at least one person with knowledge on website administration that will be needed, so he or she can be in charge of the server technologies of the project. This team is expected to be managed in a mixed way, part working selflessly and another part hired full or part-time, especially in the more technical roles. Well, it's time for a demo. This is the home page of the site. Entering in the list of all the indexes, we can see everything that is available. If we select the index of all the topics, we get them in alphabetical order. We can also do a search for something by typing some words in the search engine. If we open the page about the Apostle Andrew, we find information of everything that the Urantia book tells us about the Apostle. As in Wikipedia, we can see several sections that are at the bottom of each page, such as the links, with links to other pages in Urantiapedia itself, the external links, with links to other websites, such as a link in this case to the Wikipedia page on the Apostle. And also we have references section with links to the paragraphs from the Urantia book that have been used for the topic. For example, in the section with information about the Apostles' family, we see that this information has a link marked with a number, in this case 3. If we click on it, we are moved to the bottom of the page and we see there that the information has been extracted from 2 paragraphs of the Urantia book. If we click on the first link, we go to paragraph 139.11, which is in document 139. There we can indeed read about Andrew's family. He was the oldest child in a family of 5, himself, his brother Simon, and 3 sisters. In this same paragraph, we can see that the text of the Urantia book has also links to topics and also links to other references. For example, here we have a new link marked with the number 3. If we click on it, we are moved to the bottom of the page and we can see that there are references to the Bible that are related to the text of the Urantia book. If we click on the first reference to Matthew 4:18, it opens the page for chapter 4 of Matthew's Gospel and centers on verse 18, where we can read a parallel to the Urantia book paragraph in that Gospel. In turn, the verse contains reference again, such as the number 17, which contains the reference to paragraph 139.11 of the book, being able to return back to the Urantia book. As we can see, linking together all the information make it super easy the reading and the studying of the Urantia book. And we have only seen in a demo a glimpse of all the content that is planned to be linked. Imagine linking paragraphs of the Urantia book with other religious or scientific books, with maps, with articles, with diagrams, with images, creating what would be a huge Urantian library. We are talking about an unprecedented revelations, sent to us in a way that had happened very few times in an entire universe, complex, dense and bulky, with thousands and thousands of facts and details that will probably take us entire generations to decipher and to understand. The purpose of Urantiapedia is precisely that, to help with these difficulties, to allow shared knowledge, to reach more people, and above all, to facilitate understanding. So, that's all. I hope this introduction has been helpful to you, and stay in tune for future videos. Bye.